Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the old family farm with me, CWATTYESO, and of course we're here with Delores Flofflebotham. The crops are getting to the point where we are going to need to harvest. In fact, one field I do believe is ready to harvest, the new field, and some of the others will then be ready to harvest too. I did make a few little changes though off camera yesterday, and I'm going to have a quick explore of some of those as I go to fetch the trailer. Basically, the chickens are no more. The chickens have gone, and lo and behold, so's that fancy nice sheep pen that I bought. Don't worry, I will be replacing them. Hence, you know, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to replace them with some... I'm going to replace the sheep pen as is. I've just basically, what I've done, if I go into the landscaping tool, I've made this area a little bit bigger. And obviously I've completely grassed this area here. Along here, and I've put in a bit more along here and sort of down here, and just basically tidied up some of the farm, took out the hedge that was down here so I could basically bring this a little bit more this way. Obviously got rid of the chickens, planted this area. So there's going to be some, we will get the chickens back. Oh, hello. Oh, by the way, I forgot another thing I forgot. Lol. I finally got the flipping farm dog. Lol. We'll give him some food. Don't know where's the dog gone? Hello, dog. Hey boy! Hey boy! Fetch! Really? Look, if we're gonna have a dog, you best be more obedient and more useful than the ones I've got living with me. Do you not pick that ball up? Hey boy! Okay, he doesn't. Typical, like all the dogs I have ever known. Flipping thick as two short planks. Anyway, I added farm dog to the farm. I did put the path in that I talked about as well. We've got a nice little pathway through. I don't think that's going to be in the way. Right, got oats, so I best be doing some straw. Nice, field 6 and 7 now want harvesting as well. You know what, I'm tempted to actually start with the soybeans rather than the oats, because that field hasn't grown in yet. Which is kind of annoying. Of course I have to unfold the harvester first. So yes, we'll be adding the animals back in. The sheep and the cow. Chickens. But unfortunately the harvest comes first. At some point I would like to get slightly bigger slightly faster harvester. Excuse me. Didn't mean to sneeze and blow everyone's eardrums out, but that's what happens from time to time. Once I've harvested this field, one of the things I will do prior to doing the whole replanting of it and everything, will be to do the plough it, I think, with the create field option on, because I definitely think there was something wrong with it when I was trying to plant this field. The fact that it wouldn't let me, well, a worker wouldn't plant the field at all. I noticed the same thing over on field 11 as well. AI worker would not plant that field, regardless of where I was with the tractor and planter. Would not, the AI worker just wasn't interested in doing the field at all. Courseplay did it, but Courseplay didn't do it quite right, so probably should have been using GPS for that. But anyway, we'll keep this going. We will get all the soybeans off this field. We will silo everything as we harvest it, and then we'll decide what we're going to sell afterwards, once we've had a bit of a tally up how everything is going. Basically, I want to get back to doing the animals. If I can. Right, we're going to end up full on this row, Delores. You paying attention, Delores? Ho 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 ho! Tell you what, Delores, you couldn't have got much closer. I did finish off the manure, by the way, over by the piggies. I didn't get around to doing the slurry because I was, as I say, looking at the possibility of moving them, which is then what gave me the idea to basically get rid of the chickens and reform all that area, because it is a bit of a wasted space. We've got the Deutsche Fair going to work today instead of the Fiat. Put in my new tractor to work straight away. We can carry on now where we left off. out full of flipping oats behind you. So yeah, we'll get the harvest done, get everything pulled in, see how long that takes me, and then we'll see what crop we've got to sell. Then we'll get back to doing the animal penning stuff and things. So I'm going to leave Delores to carry on doing the harvest, and I'll see you guys back here when we are finished. Okay, so I've got as much of the harvest as I can do at this point. I'm still waiting for fields 10 and 11 to grow in, field 1 to finish growing, and also for some reason field 3 hasn't grown in yet, despite being one of the first that I seeded. Which is a bit concerning. So I'm going to do the straw collecting at this point. I've not sold any crop yet. I have managed to get lime spread over on this field. And we got it ploughed. Ha ha ha. Because all the fields, by the looks of things, gonna need lime spreading after we've harvested. So yeah, that's the thing. Oh, by the way, it helps if you want to collect straw if you put the pickup down. Don't know if you know that. That might be a tip. You can have that one for free, everybody. And again, I noticed that field was weird. Even though I ploughed that entire field using the create field, what I actually did, after I finished harvesting the soybeans, this was how I did it. I used the terrain tool to completely blank and remove that entire field. Removed the entire field. So it was just back to default grass texture, ground texture, the dark green stuff that you can see over there. That whole area was just dark green, plain flat texture. No field existed on it whatsoever. But what I'd done before I did that, I'd scanned the field with course play. So I'd got the John Deere, the green one, the 6M. With the plough, with create field option, and I got the course loaded already. So once I'd basically terraformed the land, smoothed it all out, made sure there was absolutely no imperfections with it whatsoever, I set course play running the plough, which is why we've got those lovely round corners on 2 of the edges where it's done the headlands for me. And I went back then once it finished just to tidy up a few other little bits and pieces that it had missed. But I got that whole field re-ploughed with the create field option on whilst I was doing the harvesting. Let course play do its bit for me. So then once that was done, I thought, I realised, it now needs to be lime spread, because obviously all these fields need to be lime spread apparently. Today, and I thought to myself, well, you know what, I'll use an ordinary worker, hire an ordinary worker to do the lime spreading on that field. But guess what, the worker just wouldn't have it. Every time I tried to start a worker on that field, it would just go straight to complete task. It wouldn't do any of the lime spreading for me. So I wonder if that field's like glitched out as far as being able to use workers on this map. I don't know if workers are just inherently broken on this map or what. Right, what I'm going to do, first batch of straw we've collected, we'll go through the we'll go into the farm sale point, into our farm shop. We'll get a nice healthy bit of, hopefully a little bit of, good bit of money out of this. Couple of grand. $5,004. That works for me, kids. That works for me. Right. I'm basically just going to carry on doing the straw collecting then at this point, because I don't know why this field hasn't fully grown in, because I checked growth control. You guys saw I checked growth control before I did that, those fields. So there's no reason why this field hasn't grown. No reason whatsoever. Same with fields 10 and 11 down there. No reason why they shouldn't have reached harvest stage yet, because they were seeded first. Well, not first, because the oats were seeded first, but out of the other crops, they were seeded next. So how the soybeans managed to grow before the canola, I don't know. It's physically impossible. Might have to look at the growth control settings for this save game and tweak them a bit more. Make sure every crop has a different time, has a different setting for growth rate. That probably works well if I do that, maybe. So I've got straw to collect on fields 2 and 5 after this, whilst we're waiting for everything else. I'm doing the straw collecting with this John Deere because obviously the other one's got the fertiliser spreader on the back of it doing the lime. Or will be doing the lime. Matey boys part there, ready to unload the harvester when we do get to harvest the oats, whenever that'll be. With a full trailer. We'll take this back and this time it'll go in the hayloft. I'm going to alternate it. One to the hayloft, one to the shop. One to the hayloft, one to the shop. One to the hayloft. You get the deal. And I haven't put the animals back in yet, but don't worry, I will be. I decided to put a pathway through here, by the way. Because I realised that by doing that grass thing, I've got once I've got the animals back in place, I've got no easy way of getting to the silo. I'd have to come this way to get to the silo, because obviously that's going to have grass on, it's going to have animals on it. There's no way, I'm not going to be able to drive through this area in front of me once we get the animals in place. So I've had to make alternate routes around the farm. So I've put the pathway in there, which should be useful in helping me get to where we need to be. Piggies are all there, all nicely doing what they're doing. She's standing very still, looking almost dead. straw picked up there then. Obviously we'll have the straw on this field eventually, sometime this week when it's all grown. And I've had to reseed all this area with wild grass because obviously when I painted the whole of the terrain to effectively try and basically cause the field to refresh, it obviously needed to be seeded. But it's interesting, I think, in that for whatever reason, I mean, I hadn't obviously noticed before now because I've not used workers on this playthrough. But yeah, trying to hire workers on these fields, workers just don't want to know it. It's like, nope, none of these fields have been configured or seem to be set up for workers. Now maybe that's why it's a version 1 of the map. Maybe in version 2 that's been corrected and fixed. I will have to have a test. I'll have to have a look at that and try, I think. When we once I off camera pull that map up and have a look at it. $21,000 litres to go. 21,000 litres. This will be going to the shop. So I must get used to driving the new route round the farm. Now we're putting in that hayloft. Really could probably have done with being rotated 90 degrees now, I'm thinking. Though it makes sense for it to be on this line here. No, not selling. Not storing, selling. Selling, shop, farm shop. Jing. $5,004. I just realised I'm going to be doing this straw collecting anyway on here. And why don't I drive back to my field via this one? So we will have a corn harvest to do at some point, which will be huge. That's going to be quite a big harvest. We're also going to have the canola over there, which will be a hopefully good harvest. The soybeans I think were decent. I didn't really keep a tab on how many we've actually harvested, but we did fill the silo. And I did have to quick go and sell a couple then at the hay and feed, because I couldn't store any in the silo. We've maxed out with soybeans at this point, which I think is our first crop that we've maxed out on. I don't know if we're close with any of the others. Look. Let's have a look quick. No. Oats might get close once we harvest that other field. Oats might get very close. I just don't know, quite understand why it hasn't grown in. So this next trailer load, Delores will put in the hayloft. Oh, ooh. That was, oh, so close, wasn't it? So close. I thought I was going to get all that field before we got full, but we didn't, unfortunately. Will we get all this? And grab that little bit from down yonder. Everything suddenly decided to fall over on my desk. Or under my desk. Bottles. All my bottles. And a can of compressed air by the looks of it. And here, my Dr. Pepper, which is a full bottle. I've then got an empty squash bottle under there, and as I say, can of compressed air for cleaning the PC. Just clearing the front mesh off for dust when the front fans start to get a bit blocked up. I can't believe it's nearly 7 PM and I haven't had any dinner yet. Why hasn't anybody shouted me for my dinner? Look at that, look, it's 18:53 real time. Delores is the only person who's had any food today. I'm abused and neglected. I am. Which is terrible, because I had to go to the doctor's today for my latest appointment-y check-up-y thing, and slowly getting this field collected. Slowly. Wonder if I've got a water takeaway tonight then. Well, to be fair, I had Chinese twice at the weekend. I had Chinese Saturday night and leftovers last night, Sunday night. Although I did say I was going to have a chippy tea tonight. because we didn't have chippy tea Friday night, and by having Chinese Saturday night we didn't have a chippy tea on Saturday night, and I really fancy a chippy tea. Some chips and some curry sauce would be. I've already decided tomorrow lunchtime I'm having a KFC because it's Tuesday and they're doing their Tuesday offer on again at the minute, where you get, is it 9 pieces of chicken for like £5, which is good value if you like KFC. 5 pieces of chicken for £5. 9 pieces of chicken, that's a lot of chicken. That's almost like bargain booking sort of level, isn't it? Variety booking, family feast, whatever it is. Right, we sell this lot. And then the next lot then will be for the hayloft. I might as well, whilst when I'm doing the grass crops, I don't know why I kind of for a little while was doing them and not doing straw, because I thought, well, I've got, you know, over 200,000 litres in the hayloft. My horses and pigs aren't going to use that much, but to be honest, it doesn't cost anything to make straw when you're harvesting the crop. It costs a little bit of time, a little bit of diesel, a little bit of wear and tear on your tractor and your loading wagon to collect it, but why not sell it? Why not sell it? Why not do it? You know? Makes you a bit of money. Makes you, you know, five grand a wagon ain't no to sniff at. I mean, you think how many we've transported already today? And it's paid for itself already, and we haven't been selling every load. We've been alternating between hayloft and that. But in future, when I do my grass crops, I'll just sell the hay because I've got enough now. I've got enough. I believe I have enough in storage that I'm not going to run out anytime soon. Can't get that. Can't turn tight enough to pick up that bit. $16,000. Right, I'm going to sell this trailer. I'm not going to put it in the hayloft. Screw it. Farm shop can have it. Right, I don't know what else to do at this point because we haven't finished harvesting. Crop's not ready to harvest. The canola's not ready. Could do the lime spreading, I suppose. This is where things get messed up though. Because now I'm going to lime spread. I then need to cultivate. I believe. I don't think you can just put lime. I think I have to cultivate. I'm pretty sure I have to cultivate after I've lime spreaded to get it into the soil. Like, I don't think I could come over the top and slurry. Although part of me would like to try, because I don't want to cultivate. I don't want to miss that fertilisation opportunity. That's the thing. Not a big fan of missing out on fertilising stages. So I don't want to be having to fertilise the crop as it's growing. Oh, I've missed a great chunk of the field there, look. Because I'm doing this quickly, because all I can think about is why I haven't had any dinner yet. It's 7 o'clock, 7 PM, and I've not been fed. God, my family's abusing me. Where's the chef? Why hasn't the chef done me any dinner tonight? Try and get all these bits where I've gone a bit wonky because I was rushing. We've got to go do field, that unnumbered field. Well, spray that with lime. And we'll get back to the animals. Or start placing the animals, I think, because I don't think I'm going to be able to do much else. Especially as I'm now a tractor short. Haven't got rid of the voucher and the Fiat. So what, Delores got a hang of this speed spreading, haven't we? Speed farming. Delores Flofflebotham. Yippee-ki-yay! She's like, I'm not mucking about, we're going to get as much done today as we can. Which means possibly switching over to the power harrow then as well. Get that taken care of. Right, to start cultivating these. Although I do kind of want to try the slurry spreading. I do. To see if it is at all possible. Because they're showing as being perfectly limed now, aren't they? And we're waiting for them to grow in. So what I'll do, what I'll do, where's that lowered? Need to lower that, you know? Might have to fill this up because I remembered we sold it. I'm pleased I didn't empty the pig pen. Get rid of it then at this point. We wouldn't have any slurring. Pop the top. $67,000 litres in there apparently. Wow. We do. We do it 10 metres width, I've decided. I'm going to work north to south. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for this beast of a machine. Lovely pig muck. All over my field. I'll even do this field as well. I've had to kind of replant the wild grass around this field as well, because I did, as I say, I did completely texture repaint it and everything to remove the field and put the field back. Interesting, it's not painting all of the field, is it? Loads of fresh muck going down. Delores will get this done. Like I say, we're just waiting for them 3 fields to grow, so I can finish off the harvest. Okay, now it's let me hire a worker lot. I don't want to hire a worker at this point. Why is it not slurry spreading on that bit? That's concerning me. If it doesn't think that bit's ploughed. Or it thinks that area's already fertilised. Possibly. Maybe. Yeah, that's why it's missing them bits. Because it thinks that section's already all already done. So yeah, no need to worry about that. Healthy dose of pig muck, look, going on the field. Well, I'm going to carry on doing the slurry spreading. We'll probably end up having to do the rest of the harvest tomorrow, which is a shame. I was hoping to get that all done today, but alas, time has defeated me, sadly. So, thank you everybody for watching today's video. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. If you have, please go ahead, click that like button. Feel free to leave any questions, comments, suggestions or feedback in this relevant section down below. Share the video wherever you see fit, and most importantly, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that button right now. You won't regret it, and that you'll get to stay up to date and informed when all my new videos get posted. So for now, from Delores Flofflebotham and myself, CWATTYESO, it's goodbye for now.